please, as you have questions, throw them out. It'll give me a direction that I want to go in. It'll tell me, I've got a ton of video that I can just tell you how much trouble I got myself into and what we did and kind of challenges that we have. Are people here, does everyone pick up a video camera at least once a month? Or show of hands? Okay, good, just about everybody. It's hard not to. I mean, your electric toothbrush can probably put a high-def video together now, so it's everywhere. I'm a cameraman, but I love to edit. I love to light. I will stand in front of the camera because I think, how can you coach somebody unless you've had some experience speaking in front of people and groups and individuals. The key to this whole house, I think, one of the key successes is it's not what we do, but how we do it and how you do it as homeowners. Everybody has a home, but what makes your place special? One of the 3 quick rules that I have, rule number 1, have fun, because enough things are going to go wrong. Everything's wireless, which means you better charge them batteries. You better have enough media for 2 shoots. Have fun. You're going to meet the greatest people in the world, because there is no better industry than the one we're in. And unfortunately, you're going to meet the worst people in the world. So hopefully the balance is much more to the funner side. And become a storyteller. That part of that little kid inside of you. Always ask people, why you did this, why you want to make this change at this time in your life. And then, unless you are Cliff Clavin, you don't have to come in and say, hey, well, now I remember in 1912. You can if you want. If you know the answers, throw them out there. But it's great to be inquisitive, and that's how you learn. And I think by asking questions, you learn together. What I love about this medium is that we're constantly learning. How can I take my little cameras and push them farther and do more with them and get shots? The other thing I love about it is we get access to places that we the public, when we go to, we went on the Constitution for a whole nother project that I worked on, and we got to go down to the bottom of the ship, the keel, which is the last remaining original part of the USS Constitution. And it has buttons in it that were made, they're almost positive, at Paul Revere's foundry. And so it's just, you're sitting in this stuffed little space, and just the history is tremendous. And then you go next door to this room that's lined in copper, because it's the gunpowder room, because you're out in the ocean. Gunpowder gets wet, you can't throw it at the person and have the same effect. So I've heard. So they have this room lined with copper, and so I said to him, because all I hear is my mother's voice all the time when I go to these multi-million-dollar houses. Keep your hands in your pockets, don't touch a thing. So I always say to them, can I go in there? And they said, oh, absolutely, go right ahead. So I'm in there with the camera, give me my camera. I go in there. 3 guys, quick little trivia, this whole house. As it comes in my head, I'll throw these things out. There's 3 people who've been with the show the entire time. Norm, Russ Morash, and then Rich Trethui. Don't worry about pronouncing his last name, but he's the plumber. His father, only because Russ was friends with all these people, Tommy Silver. Russ knew Tommy's dad, and he kept trying to get him on the show. He said, we're busy. I don't know about this TV thing. Richard got on because, in Richard's words, his father's, he said, I could see the blood just draining from his face when they'd bring the camera on him. And his father turned, he goes, why don't you have Richard on? He's so stupid, he won't get nervous. So Richard's career was born. Whatever it takes, whatever it takes. So again, those are Richard's words. So those are the 3 people that have been with this old house since the very beginning. I say that. The newcomer, Kevin O'Connor, our now host, has been there 12 years. So and as Kevin says, yeah, you mean the new guy? I said, yeah, pal, okay. And Tommy, I don't know how many decades he's now been with the show. But again, great people, and as Russ said, I can teach you how to walk and talk for television. I can't teach you experience, and I want your experience. I want what you would do. Become a great communicator, so understand both the medium, where we are and where we're going. And be inquisitive. Don't ever lose that little kid inside of you that asks questions, because I meet cameras that I'm like, wow, what setup do you have? There are setups now, and I love with Facebook, I get to follow my other cameraman brethren. The lens is this big, and the camera's about that big, and I can't tell you what kind of camera it is, so I'll talk to them and find out, some of the tricks you can see where they light it. The technology has been changing, as everyone knows. 10 years ago, a cameraman would say, hey, what camera do you use? Now it's what cameras did you use? And I have a video up here where I worked with the GoPro, wide-angle adapters, fisheye lenses, because I always want to change it for people. I want people to feel like they're part of the action. That's the kind of stuff I love to do. And it could be a parade. It could be, as I said, a couple of things here.